Hi everybody, it's Killshot from 99 Sports, and this is the NFL Week number 8 Pick'em. We'll talk a little bit about fantasy, so appreciate all of you guys making time your Sunday morning, and hopefully some of these picks actually help. I know they help me when I get a little bit of your insight. We'll see a few people just in a couple seconds popping in the stream. We're going to find out. We're geographically covered in a lot of different areas, so I'm looking forward to seeing who you think is going to be a big win today. I know college football was all over the board yesterday. We had some disappointment that was out there. What's up, Outlaw Gamer? Good to see you. I see Kel in the house as well. Just a couple more announcements. We made this on the live stream a little bit ago. As we get more and more people in here, we really have just a nice diverse group. We have a family of different YouTube sites, from 99 Gaming, 99 Sports, comics, you name it, we do it. We play video games, we do spoilers, and we will do some Easter eggs. So not only are we here to talk about NFL, but we're just trying to get everybody involved in a little bit of everything. So the more videos you watch, there could be something hidden in a video here. It could be something that I say that we bring up in one of the live streams a little bit later on. Give you a chance to land a couple iTunes cards. So appreciate you guys being here. These are pretty quick streams, so we're going to run through it. I see Tommy in the house. What's going on, Tommy? So hopefully you saw by the thumbnail, I'm actually giving you a little bit of Philly love. Hopefully it's not the kiss of death for you, because I was anti-Philly early. They won. If I get on the Philly bandwagon, you never know if they're going to win or if they're not going to win. So let's go through it. This score has been updated. Obviously it's going to be pretty easy to pick the Vikings at this point. The Browns played tough in the first half. It's not 23-16. Currently it's 30-16. Jared McKinnon's having a pretty good day for fantasy teams. Browns are, they're in their own territory right now. So I'm going to call this one. It's pretty tough for them to come back. Pretty easy to call this as well. But obviously the Vikings went into London, took care of business. So let's move on to the next one on the slate. You can see we got the Raiders and the Bills. The Raiders are 3-4. The Bills are 4-2. The Bills are another one of those teams that I have not been on the bandwagon. It was not. I didn't see them at challenging for the division. The Raiders actually came into their own. They got a big win versus Kansas City. I think that's going to give them some confidence. I'm actually going to go with the Raiders today. Mild upset because it's only a 2-point favorite, but I'm going to say Raiders scored just enough. Raiders 23, Buffalo 20. Raiders go in and actually win by a field goal. So let's move on. I have no idea how the Colts actually have 2 wins. The Colts are probably the worst 2-5 team in the history of teams. They're going into Cincinnati. Cincinnati 2-4. Question's going to be, though, Cincinnati can sort of turn their season around. Cincinnati gets to 3-4 in a division. It's got Baltimore, Pittsburgh, will pull away in the division, but Cincinnati still could be an outside looking in wild card team. I like what Cincinnati started to do with their offense. 10 points, 10.5 point spread seems a little much to me. So I am going to take Cincinnati, but you know what? I'm going to say the Colts. Just hang on. This is going to be one of those 24-17, 24-17. Cincinnati, not good enough to give anybody 10.5 points, but the Bengals will actually get the win. So let's move on to the next one, and I'll call in a couple of you. So I see that Bills' defense is playing better. Tommy agrees, but the Raiders actually go in and get the win. Westwick, what's up, everyone? I'm at work. Can't stay for long. Tough game for the Lions. You know what, Westwick, we'll get to the Lions in 1 second, but the bigger news is probably Megatron possibly coming back and being traded to a different team. So we'll touch on that in a little bit. Let's talk about the Chargers and the Patriots. Chargers actually, Chargers been playing some pretty good football. I was done with them after the first couple losses. They're relocated. They have been playing better on the road, but they are playing New England. New England, and I say this is only giving 7 points. So I don't think San Diego is a bad football team, but I do think New England wins this one. They outscore them 31-21. New England will win by 10. I like them to cover the 7-point spread. I really, really like this game in a teaser, teasing this down to 1 point. I'd love the Pats just almost even, right? So take New England. Bears at the Saints. Bears, another team. Bears 3-4. Boy, they have totally turned their season around with Mitchell Trubisky. Saints also. Saints winning record 4-2. Bears going into the Dome. Young football team. Got a lot of confidence at this point. But I am going to say that New Orleans does take care of business. New Orleans in the Dome scoring is going to score early and often. I like New Orleans to put up a lot on the Bears. I'm going to say 35-21. I like New Orleans to win by 2 touchdowns. So I'm taking the Saints. Let's move on to the Falcons and the Jets. Falcons and the Jets. Buffalo went in. Actually, you know what? This is on the road. The Falcons are playing on the road. I was going to say Buffalo went into Atlanta and beat them there. Jets lost a heartbreaker last week to the Dolphins. Right? Was it? Let me get my schedule straight. Either the Jets lost at I think the Dolphins' Matt Moore came back at the very, very end and pulled it out. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm going off of memory here, so I know it was a heartbreaker last week, and I think it was for last 5 result. Give me 1 second. Just pulling this up. I should have had this prepared for you guys. Somebody type it in for me. I'm looking this stuff up, but it was like 20-20, and let's go. All right, I got week 7 pulled up. Never mind. Yeah, the Dolphins actually won. It was close. It was 20-20. The Dolphins actually won 31-28. They plugged Matt Moore in there. So the Jets coming off that heartbreaking game, that's not a place that you want to be, especially facing the Falcons. I like the Falcons to go in and take care of business. If the Jets would have gotten that would have been a different level of confidence. But I've been kind of surprised the Jets have been a 500 team up to this point. I'm saying the Falcons go in and have very little trouble. It's one of those emotional games where you think New York can come back and sort of rebound a little bit. Let's give the Falcons 34. Let's give the Jets 20. Jets will hang with them early on. So I will we'll take that in consideration. 49ers and Eagles. 49ers, Shanahan has those guys, except for last week. I mean, Dallas did a number, but he's got them ready to play every week. I mean, they come in, hold their own. They're a young team. Philly is flying high, no pun intended. I do think that Philly is good enough to cover 14, maybe 17, but I'm going to tell you what happens in this game, and this is why I don't like it. Philly gets out big against San Francisco. These are the trap games. I think it's going to be one of those where Philly's up a lot. 34, maybe 34-20, 34-17, somewhere in that range. And then one of these cheap scores at the very, very end covers the point spread. So I'm going to say Philly 34, San Fran 24. Stay away from this game because it's one of those games where it's 11.5 points. But San Fran can play tough. They do get motivated, especially, they're on the road. I like Philly. Philly is good enough to beat them by 24 points. It's just at some point when teams call the dogs off a little bit, then they get that garbage touchdown. So I think that's one of those things going to happen. I say Eagles winning big, but don't cover the spread. It's just my feeling. Panthers and the Bucks, 4-3, 2-4. Tampa is actually a 1-point favorite over the Panthers. Panthers, this didn't play well at Chicago. I like Tampa to turn their season around in this game. I'm going to say Tampa Bay 27, Carolina 24. Carolina loses a heartbreaker in Tampa. Texans and the Seahawks, all that drama around the Texans owner had to be a distraction. Seahawks playing at home, 6-point favorite. Take Seattle at home against the Texans. That defense plays at a whole different level once they get up there. So I'm going to go with Seattle, and I'm going to say Seattle 27, Texans 17. I hate that too because I have Hopkins in my fantasy football team, so I need him to do a little bit of something, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then the big rivalry, 425, we've got Dallas and Washington. Oh boy, and this is at Washington. Washington is always fired up. 3-3 versus 3-3. Dallas cannot give Washington 3 points at Washington. Take the Redskins to win this 27-24. 3 points are just a little added bonus. Seattle's going to win at home. Washington's going to win at home. And the Steelers and the Lions, good news for Lions fans. Pittsburgh will not go into Detroit and win the game. I'm picking Detroit in an upset here. They're a 3-point dog at home. Detroit comes back strong. Detroit's 3-3. Pittsburgh 5-2. Detroit gets 4-3, and they still have a shot in that division. So I like the Lions. With Aaron Rodgers hurt, The Lions have a totally new motivation there. So Lions win in a nice scoring game. I'm going to say 34-28. Take the Lions. Lions by 6. And that is what we got for you guys. A real quick Monday night preview. Broncos at the Chiefs. Broncos 7-point underdog. So Chiefs given 7 points. I like the Chiefs to win. I don't like them to cover. So just as an added bonus for Monday night, I'm going to say the Chiefs 23, Broncos 20. Chiefs win, but do not cover the spread. So there we go, everybody. A couple people going on Detroit. So let me give you a real quick flashback, and then I'll give Tommy's 3-team parlay. Kills, would you start Diggs today? Well, I can't answer that question because I'll have to. Diggs is playing in London. So let me look it up, and I'll tell you what his fantasy numbers were, and I'll tell you if I would start him. No, I've not even looked. I don't know. Maybe he's hurt because Adam Thielen, I guess is the guy's name, is their number 1 receiver right now, and that game is almost over. So, yeah, I think he's out, Tommy. All right, real quick recap. Tommy said Chiefs by 3 too, so we're thinking alike on that. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if he even played. He's not their leading receiver, so I'm a little surprised. All right, let me run through really, really quickly one more time for all of you. So we'll start from the top. We've got Buffalo's on the road. Let me get out of this game real quick. Buffalo's at home against the Raiders. Raiders going to win, or Berman would say, the Raiders, 23-20. Cincinnati playing the Colts. Cincinnati cannot give 10 points. I got Cincinnati by 7. San Diego at New England. New England's a 7-point favorite. I like New England 31-21. New Orleans at Chicago. New Orleans covers the spread easily, 35-21. New Orleans just going to score a ton at home. Atlanta at New York. I like Atlanta to cover a 6.5-point spread. Atlanta 34-20. We got Philly at San Fran. I got Philly by 10. Like I said, good enough to absolutely destroy them. I think a late touchdown keeps San Francisco under the spread. We also got Tampa Bay and Carolina. I like Tampa Bay by 3, 27-24. Then we got Seattle and the Texans. Seattle 27-17 covers the spread. Dallas and Washington. Washington 27-24. And Pittsburgh loses to the Lions 34-28. Your Monday night bonus. Kansas City by 3 points over Denver. So that is 999 Sports. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. My fantasy team, I got a little bit of work to do. Luckily, I'm playing someone that did not stock up on a lot of he's got a lot of Colts in there for some reason. I guess he's from Indy, but my fantasy team's looking pretty good today. My fantasy quarterback is Carson Wentz. Thanks to everybody. If you guys could hit the like button and also check out some of the other channels today. We'll have content all over the place. My name's Killshot. I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you once again for everybody for being here. Peace.